Gold, again, doing exactly what I wanted to do, which is consolidating. Not much to update here. It's just doing what we wanted to do. Eventually, the probabilities tell us that this move will push up. Could it pull back a little bit first? Yes, it could. You just want to see it hold this level around 1900, 1880. Next up, let's quickly look at Bitcoin so you guys get your Bitcoin chart update here. Bitcoin doing the same general thing as gold, frankly. It's just a little earlier on. It's beginning to consolidate here. I'm still short this position. I'm still looking for a little bit more of a pullback. Yes, I'm in the money about $1,000 on it, but I'm still looking for a little bit more. I'd still like to see a little bit more like this, and then expect maybe a move up off of that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
The crypto markets are showing strength, and Bitcoin is trading comfortably above $34,000. Analysts are bullish, eyeing the $40,000 mark. But the weekend could bring volatility. Will Bitcoin rise to $35,000 or stay in consolidation? Breaking through $32,000 resistance led to a strong price rise, creating solid support from $30,000 to $32,000. However, upcoming personal consumption expenditure, PCE, data could lead to pullbacks, pushing the price to $31,500. Failing to hold this level might drop it to $29,500. But a bounce near the liquidity zone could launch Bitcoin not only to previous levels but also new yearly highs, starting at $36,000 and moving to $38,000. Excitement is brewing in the crypto industry as the first Bitcoin spot exchange-traded fund, ETF, in the U.S. approaches approval. The decision now rests with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Predictions about its launch are emerging. Crypto YouTuber Crypto Rover believes ARK Invest's Bitcoin ETF will launch within 75 days, and the SEC may approve BlackRock's spot ETF soon after. The introduction of the first Bitcoin ETF could occur within the next 99 days, according to Crypto Rover. While optimism surrounds a Bitcoin ETF, the SEC's decision remains uncertain. Concerns like market manipulation and investor protection have slowed approvals, but the growing institutional interest in cryptocurrencies fuels hopes for success. As we count down to the SEC's decision, Bitcoin holds around $33,500, a critical level for its prospects. Bitcoin recently hit a yearly high of $35,280. Maintaining $33,000 and achieving a monthly close above $31,800 might signify the end of a previous downtrend and open the door to potential new highs in the coming months. This bodes well for Bitcoin's price trajectory, indicating the possibility of sustained upward momentum. Let's continue our enlightening discussion with Gareth Soloway.
We got some key economic data out, as we can see here. Core PCE. Now remember, the PCE numbers are the favored inflation numbers by the Federal Reserve. So it's the one that they look at the most to determine whether or not to kind of raise rates or not. So right off the bat, the core number previous was 0.1. The forecast was 0.3%. We came in at 0.3%. So that one came in alignment. So no big deal there. The next one was the price index. So the PCE, meaning everything included. Previous was 0.4, forecast was 0.3. It came in a little bit hotter than expected, but only by 0.1%. So not overwhelmingly hot, just slightly. Core PCE year over year, 3.7. Forecast was 3.7. PCE year over year, 3.4. So these came in exactly in alignment. The next one, this is the one that I think makes the difference, folks. And again, these are the next two numbers. So normally, the PCE data would be the most important. But in general, this came in alignment, right? For the most part, aside from just a slight miss on this one, these all came in. The personal spending. Now, this is people spending. So number one, it jumped pretty dramatically. Expectations were 0.5% increase in spending. It went to 0.7. That's a pretty big jump, in fact. Now, the kicker is this, guys, right? The kicker is this, is that is telling me something. It is telling me that people are being forced to still spend, or they still are willing to spend, but we know credit card debt is skyrocketing. We know defaults are increasing. So it's telling you that, to me, there's a consumer that is still willing to spend, but they're using debt. They're jumping on that credit card bandwagon to make this spending occur. The next one is the best one. This is the best, at least for the Federal Reserve. Personal income. Now, again, it's not necessarily the best for you and I. We want our income to go up, but expectations were 0.4%. It came in less. So income is starting to drop. Spending is actually going up. We're starting to get a disparity here. And this overall is not good for the economy. So again, for you and I and everyone out there, that's not good. The Federal Reserve is probably saying, oh, this is good because it will bring eventually down inflation. All right, so again, just to understand this number here, these two numbers, personal spending and personal income, those are the key ones for today. For me, those again are positive for risk assets because again, it shows maybe the Federal Reserve won't have to continue to hike. All right, let's check out what the S&P is doing here. This is the pre-market data. Overnight, we saw the S&P rising in the overnight. This morning, we started to fade. Those numbers came out, and we have continued to move higher. So we're seeing an equity at S&P 500 rallies thus far after yesterday's nasty day. Now, this is where it gets fun for me, folks. We kind of took care of all the numbers, all that crap like that. Now, I want to get into the charts. And again, this is kind of charts, but I want to show you what I mean by this. Let's flip over to the daily chart. Now, remember, I gave you guys a target price on the S&P 500 or the spiders. Where did I say the big level was going to be? And the big level was going to be at the 412 level. The 412 level on the SPY. Why? Because again, we can clearly see pivot point, pivot point, pivot point, pivot point right here. Therefore, we broke this upsloping line and we would go to the next pivot point right there. Now, if you're a trader and you bought that level, right now you're sitting pretty because the SPY is up about $2 off of that level. All right, so again, yesterday it pierced. Now you're getting a little bit of a technical bounce. So again, listen, charts are not perfect. I am not perfect. I make mistakes, but I play the probabilities. All right, again, you know, if you're in the casino, you try to play the probabilities in the casino, but inevitably you lose, right? That's just the nature of blackjack, roulette, and all these other things. However, with the stock market, with using charts to your advantage, you can put the probabilities in your favor, which means that if you follow the rules and you know the rules, you can ultimately make money as a trader and an investor. But again, discipline, no emotion, which is part of discipline, and understanding the levels is of utmost importance. Okay, so where could we go? Let's talk about a bounce in the stock market. Then we're going to get into earnings, obviously. We saw Amazon report after the bell yesterday. So if we bounce here, the logical target for a bounce is going to be back to the scene of the crime around 428 to 430 on the SPY. All right, so again, right now we're back to about 414 and a half. The best case scenario is a move back to this scene of the crime, which is this trend line. Again, I could go back further and show you where it connects, but we know that this level right here is your target zone on the SPY.
That wraps up today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and analysis from the world of cryptocurrencies. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content.